Hello everyone, JCC2224 back again with another Star Wars action figure review, and today we will be taking a look at the evolution of the TIE Fighter Pilot action figures. Yes, I have gotten what I believe is every single TIE Pilot they have sold. Now, I will be excluding a couple, such as the Biggs Darklighter TIE Fighter Pilot, I believe they sold another Rebel Pilot in TIE Fighter Pilot uniform, and I will be showing him, but I am excluding the Baron Fell because, let's face it, he's not really a TIE Pilot, is he? He's just like a dude wearing TIE Fighter Pilot uniform. Now, he actually is a TIE Fighter Pilot, correction there, but it is an instance of where he's not a unnamed TIE Fighter Pilot, and today I will just be taking a look at unnamed, more generic, just TIE Fighter Pilots. So, to start off with the very first one, it is the Return of the Jedi Vintage TIE Fighter Pilot. This guy's pretty cool. He's certainly weird. He's certainly wacky. His helmet is completely just weird looking. I don't really know what's going on with his face. He looks like he's kind of sad. Like someone just stole his Big Mac, and he's really upset because he really wanted that Big Mac, and instead of getting a Big Mac, they just stole his Big Mac and just gave him a McDouble instead. It's very unfortunate, but it's an instance of where the weirdness kind of gives him his charm. He's very weird, very just awkward. And as you can see, he has like this detail of like this extra tube going along the side of his body. Now, I don't believe that the actual TIE Fighter pilots in the movie have this tube. And despite that, and except that, it's fairly accurate all around. And I do have to applaud Kenner for actually applying the Imperial logo on the helmets and actually making it look pretty good. It's not really that bad looking. I mean, now granted, mine's kind of scratched up because the only vintage Star Wars figures I really buy are beaters, but, you know, it's looking pretty good, son. Now let's move the vintage one out of the way, and then we go to Power of the Force 2. Your favorite line and my favorite line. Probably no one's favorite line. This was my very first TIE Fighter pilot figure I got, and it's my least favorite. It's just, as you can tell, problem number one, such as many Power of the Force figures, he really doesn't like standing up too well. And the sculpt, it's a step up. But something about that helmet, it just looks kind of weird to me. For some reason, it's legitimately reminding me of B. Arthur, and I cannot explain why. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. You're a pal and a confidant. This actually looks like Sophia, actually. So we got B. Arthur and Sophia. Okay, anyway. Getting that out of the way, it's certainly a step up with the detail. You can see they added the extra little paint on the console, and they did add a waist articulation as well as head articulation, because the original vintage one actually didn't even have any head articulation. They did add the Imperial logos on the shoulders this time, as well as having them pretty crisp on the helmet. Overall, a pretty decent figure, and they did upgrade it a little while later. For some reason, I have two of it. For some reason, they upgraded it for a good reason, because they wanted to add knees. Want to know why they added knees? So he can actually sit in a freaking cockpit. That's pretty cool. Now, I believe the rest of the figure is identical. This one's head is actually really tight. This one's head is like loosey-goosey. I don't really understand, like, it's bobbing and all that. I don't know if it's broken or something, but, I mean, they're pretty much the same figure. Their legs are very inched together, and with their broad shoulders, they look kind of goofy, but they don't look that bad, really. I think they're a step up from the original. Now, this is the only TIE Fighter pilot figure I personally do not have in my collection, and I'm honestly in no rush to get it. It is the original Trilogy Collection TIE Fighter pilot. Now, this figure really does capture something accurate about the TIE pilots from the movie. For some reason, the helmet on the costume didn't want to look straight. They were just looking up kind of awkwardly. And this figure actually captures that pretty well. Now, unfortunately, the head is not on a ball joint. It just appears to be on a swivel. But you can, rotate it a little bit. I believe this is removable, but I'm not going to try. This is not mine. And actually, I didn't ask for permission to use this in the video, so I probably should be careful with it. The shoulders, they just rotate. This arm has no elbow articulation. However, this one has that weird, like, cut elbow that is kind of weird, and no one besides me really likes. I actually kind of like that cut elbow. He does have ball hinged knees, so he can add even more articulation. But other than that, not really a lot going on. He doesn't even have a waist swivel, so kind of crap. Getting that out of the way, though, this is probably everyone's favorite TIE Fighter pilot. This is the I want to say Vintage Collection. I can't remember the first time this was released. Was it TVC? Was it Legacy Collection? I cannot recall. However, they sold a couple of different versions of them. They sold that. They sold the Ace Pilot, and this is the Amazon exclusive Ace Pilot, missing the Imperial logo there for some reason. Yes, they actually legitimately released an Ace TIE Fighter pilot missing the logo because the picture they used for reference had the logo hidden away for some reason. And yeah, it's not necessarily accurate now, is it? And they sold one with the silver stripe. Now, these figures are actually really good. The articulation on these is insane. Ball-jointed head, ball-hinge shoulders, ball-hinge elbows, swivel wrist, swivel waist, swivel hips, ball-hinge knees. But no ankles? What? What? No ankles? What are you, crazy? What, are you out of your mind? Oh my god, Hasbro, I need to sue the crap out of you for not putting any ankle articulation in these things. However, I don't really see what the problem is. All they're gonna do is stand around and sit in a cockpit, dude. Get over it, man. Get over yourself, buddy. But yeah, every single one of these guys does have a removable helmet, and if you pop this off, and if you remove the helmet all dramatic like, you get, oh my god, it's a guy! It's not a clone. And if it's a clone, it doesn't look like a clone, so it's just a dude. And every single one is like this, so I would assume it's a clone, maybe? But it just doesn't look like a clone, man. I don't know what that looks like. It doesn't look like Tamora Morrison. It just looks like a guy from New Zealand. So let's get that back on. Now, you probably have a good idea of where this is going. Let's see. 31 years later, and all they add is a head swivel. If you exclude every single one before this, all they've added is a head swivel 31 years later. Yeah, it's actually legitimately pathetic. But what can you do, dude? It's just, I mean, it looks really nice. I love the animated design of the TIE Fighter pilot. And actually, when they first announced Rebels, or their first rumors of Rebels, during the Clone Wars, I was really looking forward to specifically a super articulated TIE Fighter pilot animated figure in kin to like these. But no, this is what we get, 5 POA. Now, a couple people have been asking me, and a lot of people like to know, what's your opinion on 5 POA? I used to be kind of cool with it, like, hey, it's just a kid's line, you know, we still got our Black Series 3 3/4 inch, but now we don't! So yeah, that is the final step of the evolution, except the 6-inch. This is my personal favorite, by the way. It's just so nice looking. The sculpt on it is so perfect. It just looks so good. This is the next generation, the next evolutionary step of Hasbro. I was about to say Hasbro 3 3/4 inch. Hasbro Star Wars figures in general. And some people may like it, some people may dislike it. Myself, I'm kind of indifferent because I like the 6-inch figures, but, I mean, I only got 2 6-inch TIE pilots. And this ain't even all the 3 3/4 inch TIE pilots I have. So as you can tell, it's like I built up this huge collection for 3 3/4 inch, and what I get is just Hasbro completely dropping the ball on that. But I believe I will conclude this video here, guys. So that has been an evolution of the TIE Fighter pilot action figure. I do have a couple evolutions that have been requested. R2-D2 C-3PO by Sam Kenobi. You wanted me to mention your name, bud. There you go, buddy. Comic Figure Blog wanted me to do a General Grievous. However, I don't think I have the proper figures to do that. I actually really don't. I might just do a General Grievous collection video. So, guys, please recommend to me the action figure evolution you want to see next. I'm exclusively doing Star Wars, because, you know, if I did Marvel or something, which I don't really, number one, I don't really have enough, and number two, Glenn Webb would probably sue the crap out of me. So, guys, that's pretty much it. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, check out my Facebook page if you have a chance. Have a good day, guys, and may the Force be with you. Bye. Group shot thumbnail, baby! Oh, hell yeah! That's pretty cool, buddy. 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10 would recommend. 55, 56, 57, 58, 59.